You are stronger than you know. The quiet resilience of women who have survived relationship trauma. There is a unique kind of strength that rarely receives applause. It is not the strength that wins medals, makes headlines, or captures the attention of the world. Instead, it is the quiet, almost invisible strength of a woman who has lived through relationship trauma and somehow continues to get up every morning, put one foot in front of the other, and keep moving. She may not see herself as courageous. In fact, she may feel exhausted, discouraged, or even defeated. Yet the very fact that she is still standing is evidence of a resilience that deserves to be recognized and honored. Many women who have experienced years of emotional neglect, chronic misunderstanding, manipulation, betrayal, or persistent loneliness inside their relationships often believe they have become weak. They look back over the years and wonder why they stayed so long or why they tolerated treatment that slowly chipped away at their confidence. They replay conversations in their minds, questioning their own perceptions, and wondering if they somehow caused the pain they experienced. Over time, they begin to confuse the symptoms of trauma with personal failure. What they see as weakness is often nothing more than the understandable result of carrying an emotional weight that would have overwhelmed almost anyone. The remarkable truth is that surviving relationship trauma requires extraordinary endurance. Every difficult morning, every sleepless night, every attempt to keep a family together while privately carrying a broken heart demanded emotional energy that few people can truly appreciate unless they have lived it themselves. There is courage in continuing to love when love has become painful. There is courage in continuing to hope after countless disappointments. There is courage in caring for children, maintaining a career, paying the bills, and fulfilling countless responsibilities while quietly grieving the relationship you always believed was possible but never quite experienced. What often goes unnoticed is how brilliantly the human mind adapts to prolonged emotional stress. When a relationship becomes unpredictable or emotionally unsafe, the brain begins doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect its owner. It becomes increasingly alert to subtle changes in facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language. Many women become experts at sensing tension before anyone else in the room notices it. They instinctively anticipate conflict, carefully choose their words, and constantly evaluate how to prevent the next painful interaction. Although these habits may later become exhausting, they were originally remarkable survival strategies created by an incredibly adaptable nervous system. Because these adaptations develop gradually, many women fail to recognize them as signs of resilience. Instead, they criticize themselves for overthinking conversations, second-guessing their decisions, or feeling anxious in situations that once seemed ordinary. They wonder why they cannot simply move on or stop worrying. What they often do not realize is that their nervous system spent years learning how to survive in an environment where emotional safety was inconsistent. The vigilance they now struggle with is not evidence of weakness. It is evidence that their brain worked tirelessly to protect them during one of the most difficult seasons of their lives. Relationship trauma is especially painful because so much of it remains invisible to everyone else. Physical wounds often receive sympathy, concern, and support, but emotional wounds frequently go unnoticed. Many women become remarkably skilled at hiding their suffering. They smile in family photographs, attend social gatherings, volunteer at church, excel at work, and continue caring for everyone around them while privately wondering how much longer they can keep going. Friends may compliment their strength without realizing that the smile they admire required tremendous effort. Family members may assume everything is fine simply because nothing obvious appears to be wrong. The heaviest burdens are often the ones no one else can see. Despite carrying these invisible burdens, women who survive relationship trauma often develop extraordinary qualities that become gifts both to themselves and to others. Many become deeply compassionate because they understand suffering in ways that cannot be taught in a classroom. They become patient because life required them to practice patience every single day. They develop remarkable problem-solving abilities because navigating emotionally difficult relationships demanded constant flexibility and creativity. They learn to notice subtle emotional shifts in other people, making them exceptionally empathetic friends, mothers, counselors, teachers, and caregivers. Although these strengths emerge from painful circumstances, they remain genuine strengths nonetheless. Perhaps one of the greatest losses experienced during relationship trauma is the gradual erosion of self-confidence. Many women eventually reach a point where they say, "I don't even know who I am anymore." Those words are heartbreaking because they reflect years of slowly setting aside personal needs, dreams, opinions, and desires in an effort to preserve peace or maintain the relationship. Yet even here, there is hope. The authentic self is rarely destroyed. More often, it becomes hidden beneath layers of fear, disappointment, self-doubt, and emotional survival. Healing is not about creating an entirely new identity. It is about gently uncovering the person who has been there all along, patiently waiting beneath years of accumulated pain. One of the most encouraging realities about recovery is that the very qualities that enabled a woman to survive are often the same qualities that will help her heal. The perseverance that carried her through difficult years can now carry her through recovery. The compassion she extended to others can gradually be directed toward herself. The determination that kept her family together can now help her establish healthy boundaries, seek support, and rebuild her confidence. Her resilience has never disappeared. It simply spent years being devoted to survival instead of restoration. Healing does not erase the past or pretend the painful years never happened. It does not require forgetting, minimizing, or denying the hurt that was experienced. Instead, healing slowly changes the relationship a woman has with her past. The memories remain, but they lose their power to define her identity. The wounds may leave scars, but scars are evidence that healing has already taken place. Every scar quietly tells a story not only of suffering, but also of remarkable survival. Many women underestimate what they have already accomplished. They remember the arguments, the loneliness, the disappointment, the confusion, and the emotional exhaustion, but they overlook the incredible endurance it took simply to keep going. Every day they survived required emotional strength. Every setback they endured revealed perseverance. Every moment they chose hope over despair demonstrated courage, even if they never recognized it at the time. The beautiful truth is that the story does not end with survival. Again and again, women discover that life after trauma can become richer, deeper, and more authentic than they ever imagined possible. They begin rebuilding relationships based on mutual respect rather than fear. They rediscover forgotten dreams and interests that had quietly faded into the background. They learn to laugh freely again without feeling guilty. They reconnect with old friends, develop new confidence, and slowly realize they no longer need to apologize for having needs, emotions, or boundaries. What once seemed impossible gradually becomes reality, as healing replaces merely surviving. Looking back, many women eventually realized that their greatest strength was never the ability to endure endless pain. Their greatest strength was their unwillingness to let pain have the final word. Beneath the exhaustion, beneath the tears, beneath the years of questioning themselves, there remained a quiet determination that whispered, "There has to be something better than this." That whisper became the first step toward healing. If you recognize yourself in these words, take a moment to acknowledge something you may have overlooked for years. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are not weak because you were wounded, nor are you broken because someone failed to love you in the way you deserved. You are a woman who carried burdens that few people ever saw, yet you continued moving forward anyway. That is not merely survival. It is extraordinary resilience. The strongest women are rarely those who have never suffered. More often, they are the women who have walked through profound heartbreak without allowing it to extinguish their capacity to love, to hope, and to believe that life can become beautiful again. Their resilience is not loud or dramatic. It is steady, faithful, and enduring. It is the quiet strength that has carried them through every difficult season, and it is the same strength that will continue leading them toward healing, freedom, and a future filled with possibilities they may not yet be able to imagine.
Hey guys, this is Mark. Some of you may not know that I have a lot of books on Amazon. So if you like my videos, you'll like my books. I have several for ASD spouses, for NT spouses, and for the neurodiverse couple. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this link. Feel free to click on that link and see what's available. I'm sure you'll find something that applies to you. So if you're struggling in your neurodiverse marriage, help is available, one click away. Hey, quick message to neurotypical wives out there who may be suffering from Cassandra syndrome. Do you feel emotionally exhausted, lonely, confused, disconnected in your relationship? And have you found yourself wondering, why do I feel so alone even though I'm married? And how did I lose myself somewhere along the way? And will I ever feel like me again? Okay, if so, you're not alone. Most of the neurotypical partners I work with experience profound emotional deprivation that slowly erodes their sense of self, confidence, and hope. Here's the good news though, recovery is possible. I've created a recovery program that's now available as a self-paced online course. Originally offered as a live group, this program has helped participants understand the emotional deprivation they've experienced, make sense of the confusion and self-doubt, and begin rebuilding their sense of identity and emotional strength. Now you can go through the same material from the privacy and comfort of your own home and move through it at the pace that works best for you. Now, whether you're just beginning to understand what you've been experiencing or you've been searching for answers for years, this course will help you begin the journey back to yourself. You don't have to continue surviving on emotional crumbs. You deserve clarity, support, and you deserve to understand what's happened to you. And most importantly, you deserve to recover. The version of you that existed before confusion, exhaustion, and self-doubt is still there, and this course was created to help you find that part of yourself again. Enroll today, won't you? You don't have to wait for the next live group. Your healing can begin now. The link will be in the description area underneath this video and also pinned in the comments section.